The third and final day of the 13th International CIFA Forum brought new ideas, trends, and best practices in financial advising into focus as industry experts offered their thoughts on a host of important subjects. The first panel explored advising strategies during this era's turbulent economic environment.
Best practice is transparency and creating a proper trusting relationship. And if we can do that as an industry, then I think we're a long way either ahead of regulation or at least keeping up with it.
Shortly after, a keynote presentation showing the value and success of Australia's world-class retirement fund system.
The Australian retirement funds in particular are in a system where you've got compulsion and voluntary savings, but in the SMSF sector you've actually got the ability for people who are small businesses and professionals and self-employed people to be able to contribute towards their own retirement and towards that dignified retirement. And so they've got the ability to actually invest with direct professional advice, and that professional advice helps them with strategic advice and helps them with the ability to strategically organise how they're going to plan for their future and then how they're going to invest for their future.
The morning rounded out with an important debate on client-advisor relationships, including the tricky subjects of advisory fees and client trust.
The client needs to trust you. I always found that the best thing was to try and educate the client before you tried to find out even what they wanted, so they could actually understand sort of what they were being asked. As if you ask someone who doesn't know anything a question, they're not likely to give you an answer that makes any sense.
It's about consumers taking control, or should be about consumers taking control, and us being responsible, the fiduciary duty to the consumers, and that they pay us.
Continuing its tradition of providing a platform for debate on major financial issues, CIFA and its members say they have lots in store for the year ahead.
We are right now working with our advisors at the United Nations to do it in the most efficient way. You know, we just received our general status, and now we have to familiarize with the new tool we have in our hands. But that new tool will definitely give us the possibility to be significantly more proactive and bring our messages to the right place.
We hope that CIFA will continue to exist, that it will continue to be there, to progress, but that they can maybe attract a little bit more people also on the local basis.
The afternoon kicked off with a panel exploring behavioral finance and its impact on financial advising.
If there's a greater understanding of behavior and behavior in general, and then it translates into behavioral finance, then that helps to cement the relationship between advisors and their clients. And that's obviously going to help both, because the advisor is going to have a longer term relationship with the client.
Well, the really great thing is it means that there are more people saving. And by using behaviourally adapted investment propositions like target date funds, it means those customers should be getting a better outcome over the long run because their investments are being professionally managed for them.
Participants were then treated to a keynote address from an expert in the field of financial fraud, who described the different types of ID scams that affect many consumers worldwide but remain very poorly understood.
Well, we don't know the loss and the real impact of this fraud worldwide, because only a part of it is reported to the authorities. So personally, I prefer not to give any number, because it is like, or any figure, because it is like the amount of money which is laundered every year. Nobody knows. We've got some estimates from the World Bank, we've got some estimates for other institutions, but who's got the truth? We don't know. So it is extremely active.
And then a powerful discussion highlighting women in finance, their challenges, opportunities, and successes, noting that women remain very underrepresented in the financial industry.
Yes, I absolutely do think they're not representative to as much as they should be, without doubt. And yes, I think no matter what, any industry, if you have a minority that isn't representing the global area, then yes, it is always going to be an issue, because you will not get to hear their views and what matters to them.
While the financial industry continues to evolve, a recurring theme among the international participants at this forum were commitments to values of ethics, transparency, and sound financial management, beliefs that will no doubt go a long way towards improving the global financial system. In Monte Carlo, Monaco, Brendan Pastor for South South News.